talk about what they talked about?
Yep, what you've got.
Okay, well, when Grace said for chapter 3 that she was maybe sleepwalking, I thought that was a good idea, like possibility.
Because?
Well, I think she was sleeping and then she woke up because it says she's in her bed and then it says, I will get up now and go out to the city and go through the streets and the squares. So maybe she was sleeping and she got back up.
But the first thing it says is all night long on my bed. So if she was there all night, how could she get
I
up?
feel like she's walking. The first sentence of chapter 3.
I think the whole thing is just a dream.
Because?
Because of that first
The
line.
first line, all night long in her bed.
Yeah.
And got to have fallen asleep. This is some dreams.
And how would the guards have known that she was looking for someone? I never thought about that. That's good though.
Good. What about some of the other questions or chapters that intrigued you?
Chapter 4 says, what is the significance of the figurative language when I is almost entirely Solomon speaking? I feel like he is talking about his beloved and needs to express it with figurative language. And still how he expresses it for her.
Everyone agree or someone disagree or want to add something to that? More insight?
Maybe to show like Solomon's power. This is the king.
I said that it was kind of like just to help us understand what he was saying and how much he loved us.
Isn't that how they talk like during that time frame too? 'Cause they didn't
But
just-
yeah, like I said that maybe that's the only way they know how to talk. For like,
They didn't just say, oh, I like your hair or something. They said, like, your hair's like, I kind of felt like he had to say it to her most of the time because she seemed jealous of everyone else, so he had to like keep on telling her how much he felt about her.
And does the fact that it is poetry make a difference?
Yeah. Poetry's supposed to be beautiful. Can you express that differently?
Good. That's good. You're prompting for deeper conversation, deeper thinking.
He wanted to make sure she felt okay with him inside. That's hard. He didn't want her to be jealous because she shouldn't be, I guess.
They should just be able to trust each other.
Yeah.
How can she trust him when he has how many wives?
Well, you can put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from you yet. What answer did you get?
I agree with Zach that it's
I'm just saying though, what if he uses everything, he says,
See what you
her,
mean.
yes.
Tyler's rocking out the discussion statements. I love it.
Do you agree?
Yeah, but then again, no, because if she puts herself in that position and if she wants the relationship to work and they have to be trustworthy with each other, I don't think they're trustworthy in that part because he could have told her about his past or whatever, so she would have known to not have to worry, well, am I better than these or are you going to choose them over me?
but isn't it like with any relationship back then that they had more than one wife or whatever? Or was it just like the kings?
I think it would be the king, and they got money and
Generally.
everything.
And
So does the fact that he was the king and he's the author make a difference in his message, his intended message or purpose to you as a reader? What might he be saying?
He's just like talking himself up.
Like, I'm perfect and I'm
Yeah.
this, like, big guy or whatever. I'm the best. And he probably honestly isn't. Just throwing it out there. He's probably not. He just has that, like, I'm the king, I'm
He
gonna
has
be
that charm.
better than all of you, and he's really not, if you actually think about it.
Can you bring in the difference between the way he felt and the way she felt when he turned her away as support there? Who can make a connection there in any way?
It didn't seem to bother him much,
No.
but it bothered her
She
a
felt
lot.
hurt by it.
Overreacted, I think.
And what in the text, remember our purpose is always to use that text as support. What in the purpose or the text shows you that? That would be 5 and 6.
Maybe I slept, but my heart was awake because her heart was aching. I guess that's why her heart was awake.
Does the fact that it's culturally acceptable mean that she would be okay with it?
Not necessarily, because she seemed like she was really done with it.
I'm guessing back then you're supposed to be okay with it. Even if you know he's gonna have, if he has 8 wives, he's not gonna pay all of his attention towards you only.
Yeah. But she thought she was different. He told her that.
Everyone's different.
But like.
Ah.
But you know what? In fact, the thing
She
I
thought
said
she was
earlier,
special.
how we can talk this way to every other wife too.
Yeah, he could have told all 600 and some other wives he had
They're special.
the exact same thing he's telling her, just to make them feel special, and then they get married and then get divorced and go find another one
Get
and
married,
tell her
have
the
a
same exact thing.
Very nice honeymoon,
We're gonna have that.
Yeah,
and then get a divorce.
yeah, and then go find
Or
another
just
one.
shore off to the side and get a new one.
Yeah.
You know, I
Wives
agree
have
with Tori.
more than one husband. What?
That's probably wrong.
Completely different process. That doesn't happen.
Good question there, though.
It could, but
You don't hear about that
yeah.
usually.
How does that whole concept relate to the last question on the purpose, the advice part of that prompt? Remember, Solomon is the author. He's the one that you were just talking about, his culture and his habits. How does that relate to the overall purpose and meaning of this poem as a whole?
Trying to understand the question here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you're talking about the culture, basically, and that he kind of thought he could talk to anyone that way and make them all feel special. If he's the author and the character in that, what does that say about his message? What's he trying to tell you as readers? And remember that at the last chapter, it's not him that's giving advice, it's her. So how does that all connect? If you're saying he's got the power, he can do what he wants to, is that the message he's trying to send? Or is there a different message?
I guess it depends how you look at it. You can take it either way. It just depends on your perspective.
It'd be like you go through many different women to get to the one you finally love.
Oh,
Maybe you never actually truly loved the first wives he had.
Like he could have just been like physically attracted to them, but not emotionally.
I think he's gonna probably divorce her.
Yeah.
and they probably didn't divorce, like Zach said, they probably just they didn't
Yeah, that's probably.
you're just there. You're left there forever.
I think that'll happen.
Go to someone new.
Mhm.
Are there any questions that we really haven't talked about very much?
Chapter 8, what is the significance of place me like a seal over your heart? I thought it meant like to be your one and only and to keep you in your life and forever.
And how does that relate to the discussion you were just having? Why is that important that she's still asking that, even though culturally she should be okay with it?
Because she really wants to be that one person.
What's that say about humanity across cultures?
Well, they're like the same, because like all like girls want obviously want to be with one guy, if they don't want to share.
Mhm.
It's like the same. They just have to treat it differently because they're in a different place, and that's what's accepted.
So do you think that might be part of Solomon's message? How?
So hustling.
I already forgot the question. That was it.
Explain how.
What was the question?
I already forgot the question.
You initially asked it.
Something about Solomon's message. What's it have to do with cultures and things the same?
The timer is done.
The time.